It's been one of the biggest debates in the Falklands community for the past few years, the issue of salmon farming. With reported issues globally of this industry, residents have been outspoken about their concerns. During the election campaign, prospective candidates were, on the whole, also against the issue.
I think we need more information, and I think salmon should be split from the large-scale aquaculture decision.
It's straightforward, no, not interested. Politically, I'm not interested in any shape or form.
It's a definite no for me.
My stance on salmon farming is very easy. It should not happen.
I wouldn't be in favour of salmon farming.
Yeah, I think the risk is too great.
Basically, I would like to put it as a referendum to the people.
I am very concerned about the environmental issues on salmon farming, and I think we need to make a decision fairly rapidly.
And now, election promises have been made firm. Executive Council in March considered a paper about large-scale aquaculture in the islands following the publication of the McAllister Elliott and Partners report that was commissioned by government. Overall conclusions being that ExCo were not minded to agree any large-scale fish farming or any fish farming that includes the introduction of a new species.
This decision is, it puts us ahead of the world as our politicians saying that they want to ensure the long-term health of our marine environment for existing industries, and to look ahead rather than to look back at old technologies is really, really important and sets a really good precedent for our long-term management of our marine resources.
While some groups have been expressing their delight at this news, it has been met by dismay from other sectors. One local stakeholder, Unity Marine, expressed concern with the way the decision was made, a decision which acknowledged that the consultation and policy development would not happen.
So we're clearly very disappointed in that decision. Whilst we respect the right of members to have made the decision, we're very disappointed in the process to have reached this point. We really couldn't see a discernible process. And in good faith, we hadn't spoken about this project too much publicly, hadn't engaged too much with the community here, because the government had asked us not to do that in the expectation that they would eventually run their own public consultation process. And before that's got started, Executive Council last week have put a stop to it.
Despite no further public consultation happening on this piece of work, it was stated in the ExCo paper that MLAs believe they have a clear mandate from the public to cancel this project at the point it is reached. 7 resolutions were made in the Executive Council meeting, and while it was decided that there would be no outright ban on aquaculture activities, there was a commitment to develop robust legislation around fish farming.
There are opportunities actually in fish farming and in aquaculture. We need to be sure that they're appropriate for the environment, appropriate for our community, but we haven't closed off opportunity there. We have said that we're not willing to introduce any new species to be farmed in the Falklands, which I think is an important step for our biosecurity. And certainly when you look through the MEP report, there's a sound, robust case there for why specifically a proposal for salmon wouldn't be appropriate for the Falkland Islands. If nothing else, this whole exercise, I think, has drawn attention to a piece of our legislation which did need to be pulled up. It needed to be picked up and it needed to be refined. And now we've also got the opportunity to do that.
While this decision has put an end to the question of salmon farming in the Falkland Islands, it does not stop the possibility of any future aquaculture development in line with redeveloped legislation.